And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in to another episode of this Freakin show, the weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. I am your host, Travesty, and alongside me is
Awkward Colin
and Geekcast Joe.
And we got a special guest with us today.
You sure
do.
You sure do.
I like how nobody said a word. It was like everyone waited. It's like everyone waited for that drum roll that wasn't coming.
Well, I was waiting for you to introduce me, and then for a second I thought maybe I was supposed to introduce myself, and then we both looked at each other as if waiting for the other one to stop the Mexican standoff.
Right.
Well, see what I was.
It's the podcasting equivalent of two people trying to pass each other in the hallway.
Yes.
I was waiting for that moment for Joey to go with his vintage. Yes, we do. And
yeah, I got hung up in my head about trying to make like a special joke and like, can I do that? Can I not do that? And then the moment passed, and
now here we are.
Yeah, staring at each other awkwardly in the middle of the hallway while the hot girls laugh at us and go to class.
God. It brings back high school,
right?
Oh, God. I'm the fat kid again. Holy shit.
Wait, I thought I was the fat kid.
Oh, no. If you look at the picture from the wedding, I'm definitely the fat kid.
All of us are the fat kid at one time or another in our lives.
Yeah. Joe, I really don't see how you are.
Joe was more husky.
Oh, yeah.
Joe was more elastic pants.
That is accurate.
Some sweatpants?
No. They were jeans.
No.
I was Harry Potter if the Dursleys had fed him.
Anyway, no one knows who I am yet.
So, random voice in the background. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am. It is GCR. It is Geekcast Live from the Geekcast Live podcast, gracing the airwaves of this Freakin show.
Yeah, and for some of the viewers who have been following our shows weekly, Ryan was actually on our show previously during our Thanksgiving special. And I think at that time we were actually telling you actually had a new baby brought into your life at that point. How have your children been?
Oldest two are great. Nothing changed there. They're getting a little taller. My youngest, Avi, who was born right about that time, I think she may have even been a week old.
I think she was exactly a week old.
She has cut her first tooth. She is rolling belly to back to belly. She is sleeping all night. We're transitioning her onto a bottle. It's a whole thing. It's she's growing up a little too fast, but that's not a bad thing. I'm not. There's no regrets there. I kind of like them when they're old enough to like throw across the room onto a beanbag chair. All in good fun, not in some sort of malicious I beat my kids way. More of like I'm the Teal monster. They're trying to steal the crown.
Right?
Cimaril thing.
In reality, there is no beanbag chair.
Right. And in reality, I'm not Morgoth either.
Right.
So, that's good to hear. Now, I also remember you saying that when your child was just born, that she was like the perfect baby that didn't cry or anything. Is that still the same concept now, or?
She's doing this thing. She's cutting teeth, so it's a little touch and go on the crying. But she's more peaceable than she is terrible. So I'd say 75-35.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like all good Elliot, she's giving 110%.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. How was everyone's Easter? I kind of want to keep that chat going.
Oh, that's good. It was good.
It was great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed my Easter.
I made ham. Ham was good.
Did you have your closet rabbi bless it?
I'll tell you. Something about rabbis. They are awesome.
I agree with you.
I'm not certain if you guys touched on old Jew Josh's wedding. On
I don't know
show.
that we did.
But I'll tell you what, I've never been to a Jewish wedding. If I'd have known how awesome they were, my right proper Catholic wedding would have been a Jewish wedding. Because Jewish weddings are awesome. Especially on 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning when the service is over with about 10:45 and they got like vodka cranberries and hummus and Coronas with limes. I mean, I'll tell you what, that was awesome. And then to have a brunch for like your wedding reception meal. Are you fucking kidding me? An omelet bar,
Yeah.
cheese blintzes, lox, bagels. I mean, it was awesome.
It was really good.
I'd be Jewish in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it was funny because I remember Mom and Carl going to that wedding, and then like I think I came downstairs. I think I slept in till like maybe 2-3 in the afternoon or something like that, and I came downstairs with I was still living with them, and they're like sitting there. I'm like, I think I had a wedding to go to. It's like, oh yeah, we went. I'm like, you just wait on the reception? No, we did that too. Like it. I mean, it's news to me because it's like it's completely light outside. It's like lunchtime, and yet everything's already done.
Yeah, it was in and out.
Like a horse dream.
Or a good cheeseburger?
Huh?
An In-N-Out cheeseburger?
Oh. I get it.
I never had In-N-Out.
I'm craving both those things right now.
A whore and a cheeseburger?
Yes,
Oh.
actually at the same time.
Nice.
Oh, I've never tried to quit smoking before, but man, maybe.
Oh, it'll change your life. I mean, like at first, one day you want a cigarette, and then you give that up, and now you want a whore and a cheeseburger. What's unfortunate though is I think if I finish that, I probably want a cigarette.
Oh, that's funny.
I know, right? Because I said it. Colin, what'd you do for Easter?
I took my mom out for her birthday and Easter because she was busy on her birthday. So did that. Then I went over to your mom's house.
Oh yeah, that's right. I was like half asleep the entire time I was there.
Everybody kind of seemed grumpy when I showed up. I don't know if they were or just.
It's holidays at my mom's house.
Your
It's
mom
like Nick
seemed
and
a little irritated.
Well, I mean, and here's the thing you gotta understand. I mean, like Nick and Sherry don't like each other. I want to be on my couch. Alan, I think, wants to drink more than Sherry will allow him to.
Yeah, probably.
I can't blame him.
I know, right? I mean, come on now. We all know Sherry, and devil's the devil, I don't know. Carl's just been Carl lately, and my mom is like, I made all this food and counting here to enjoy the fucking potatoes. So you were actually the reason my mom was in a bad mood.
I was the reason?
You were the reason. My mom's like, where's Colin? And I'm like, oh, he's with his mom. He's like, fuck his mom. I made all these potatoes, and he's not even here. So, yeah.
He does like potatoes.
Yeah.
I do.
And then when you showed up.
Definitely last night ate both of the containers for dinner that I took.
Oh, I ordered Pizza Hut.
Well, that's always a good one.
I don't know. I was just craving a pizza, so I ordered a pizza.
Nice.
Yeah, but
I actually had that tonight.
Nice.
Well, pizza, not Pizza Hut.
Frankie's?
No, it was actually just a frozen one, Doreen's.
Okay.
Which was actually surprisingly good.
Hold on. Your guys' options for non-frozen and frozen pizzas are Frankie's or Doreen's? Like, it's not like Pizza Hut or Jack's or Totino's. It's Frankie's or Doreen's. I heard that right?
That's what I heard.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going to comment on it too. It's like one of them's like a Rosie, like an 80-year-old Rosie the Riveter with blue hair, and one's like an 80-year-old Rosie the Riveter with pink hair.
Frankie and Doreen.
Right.
They robbed
Oh,
a
yeah,
bank
yeah,
together
yeah.
in the 20s.
Started a
Yeah,
pizza
yeah.
joint and then split.
Right.
You gotta keep in mind, though.
Well, one of them, they went in we used to be Frankie and Doreen, right? And then they got a divorce, and Frankie got the oven, the pizza oven, and Doreen got the freezers. So Frankie makes the pizzas and cooks them. Doreen makes the pizzas and freezes them. Frankie and Doreen.
Perfect. Someone write this down. That's an excellent fanfic. I've never listened to pizza fanfic before, but
What is that?
there's a first time for everything.
What is that? Rule 34.
Oh, that's if it exists, there's porn of it.
Right. I can assume the same thing as there's like Rule 35. It has to do with fan fiction.
Yeah, probably.
If it's a thing, there's a fanfic for it.
I have absolutely no problem believing that.
Oh, me either.
Well, then what's your favorite pizza, Ryan?
Are we doing takeout or are we doing what am I?
Like, if you could only have one kind of pizza, it could have been a frozen, takeout. You made homemade. Either way, man.
Wow, probably. I'd probably honestly it'd be an Aurelio's sausage and jardiniere.
Fuck Aurelio's. Fuck Aurelio's.
Aurelio's is fucking delicious.
I think either that or it would be the same pizza but from Papa's Pizza.
Also a good choice.
As in 708-687 Papa. Which I used to order on my way up to Northern Illinois to my uncle's house. I would drive up 57. I'd take the 167th Street exit there. I would head up Cicero, and I'd call ahead to Papa's and pick up a large pizza for the road.
Man, didn't we do that and then see Thor 2 and then also have to eat like a ham and egg sandwich?
Yeah. So we go, Joe and I,
on like 6 feet of sub bread.
This is when, yeah, we did. You were becoming a Freemason that weekend, I believe. And
I believe that's true.
We drove up to see, I think, just the original Thor.
Oh, you're probably right.
And we left early enough that we could get a large, every vegetable they had at Papa's on a pizza. It was so fucking hot that we only ate like 2 slices each, and then we ran in to go see the movie. Came back, ate the rest of the pizza in the parking lot after the movie, then showed up at Grandma and Grandpa's, where Grandpa had been waiting for us, and he had made us like
a pound of ham and like 6 dozen eggs.
Yep. He made it's a delicious ham, egg, and cheese sandwich on
it was so good.
but it was like a 3-foot long hoagie
each.
And then he had poured the glasses of chocolate milk when he thought we were going to be there like an hour before. So it was like big, thick, Oberweis, warm chocolate milk after just scarfing down a fucking large Papa's. And you can't not eat it. He made it for
Chocolate milk sounds really good right now.
And it's my number one hangover go-to right there. This guy's got a hangover. He gets himself a fucking real chocolate milk. He doesn't make it at home with the white milk and the Hershey syrup. He goes and buys a chocolate milk.
Yep.
But, there you go.
That was something else there.
Yeah. And it was like a potato's worth of fresh made fries or something.
It makes me full right
now. It seemed
now.
like. Yeah. Yeah. God.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. Keep lying. Eat the hoagie.
I'm lost on what just happened.
Oh, we segued hard.
We took a trip. We took a trip down memory avenue.
But I'm
I mean,
I'm on the show, and that's kind of my. I take great pride in being able to take the conversation completely off track, seeing how far away from the tracks we can get, dump the body, and then wake our way back to the tracks.
Yeah, you're like the Bill Murray of podcast guests.
Yeah.
it was kind of like what just happened is like the first time I saw The Machinist. Like, I sat and watched the entire movie, and at the end, I was still like, "What?" I, I mean, I loved it. I'm just, anyways. The reason I was asking what their favorite pizza is because I was trying to segue into Connie's pizza, which is served at baseball fields. See how I did?
Ah.
Wasn't it Connie's that they were serving at C2E2 also?
They were. They were. I wouldn't know because I didn't buy any food there. I just kept drinking pop and sweating my balls off.
Yeah.
But, anyways,
Baseball.
Connie's Pizza served at baseball fields. And because of baseball, this is my favorite weekend because it's opening day on Sunday.
Yes.
So I'm super excited for that. Even though Sox home opener is until I think Thursday, and Cubs is right?
Not it's like the 11th.
The 11th? Really, that long?
Yeah.
Are we all Cubs fans here? Mutually Cubs fans?
I think pretty much.
Do we all feel like they're gonna win this year?
No.
I mean, I feel like they're going to win every year, and I'm usually wrong.
You're always wrong. Since birth, you've been wrong. I can't put myself in a position where I actually think they could do it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not doom and gloom. We're going to have a great season. I just don't know if I am certain that we'll get into predictions and stuff. I don't want to give up the ghost, but
I just like the one thing about I thought with the Cubs and everything. I think that the additions they did this season I don't think were going to be really beneficial. I think
Jason Hayward's not a beneficial add to any ball club. You're right.
it's like I mean they picked him up for like what, like 7 years, is it?
I believe it's 5 with 2 option years. Yeah.
I don't see taking him on for that long. I mean, granted, he's only 27 years old.
I was gonna say he's 27, man.
Yeah, but I mean, still, it's like they threw a lot of money at him for 7 years.
Pujols is 62.
Yeah, but that's Pujols, man.
That's true.
But Hayward is probably the one that made more sense, even though I still don't kind of agree with it. The one I don't understand is Lackey, and I think they had to do probably with Epstein.
I think it had to do with Epstein. I think there's something to be said for Lackey was gonna pitch no matter what, at least another year, and he may as well pitch for you. I think that was the idea. If he's the number 3 or 4 in the rotation, and he can get you, 10 wins on 9 losses, I'd say it was worth it. I don't think he'll make a playoff rotation. I mean, he might. I don't know who. I don't know who I don't know if we have a back end of the rotation. I mean, Hamels will start at the beginning of the year. I'd like for him to be good all year, but you never know. So I think the idea of signing him was more of a, if we sign him, the Cardinals can't. I think.
Yeah, well, because he took Hayward and Lackey.
Well, they need more veteran presence on that ball club too. I mean, your veteran guy can't be Anthony Rizzo. So, I mean, that just doesn't work. I mean, David Ross can't be your lone elder statesman. You need somebody who's been there and done it. So I think they didn't pay him much. And I'm okay. I'm okay with him coming in and pitching. And you never know. He may be one of those guys who says, fuck, this is my last year in the bigs. I'm gonna blow my shoulder out. So I'm gonna pitch like fucking God intended me to, and he's a 13 win guy. Who knows as your number 4 in the rotation? I mean, that would be fucking huge.
Yeah, who's fifth? Hellickson?
I honestly don't know who's gonna be fifth. I think they're probably gonna bring up. I'd be shocked if Carl Edwards Jr. Doesn't come out of the AAA.
I
Skinny,
think he'd probably be
tall.
more of a. I think he'd be more of a long reliever than a starter, though.
I don't see much different from a fifth starter and a long reliever. So they're kind of, to me, they're like, that's like a mutually exclusive thing almost. And see,
Mhm.
I mean, you could also still bring Richards as a fifth starter. I think he'd be okay with being a starter again. So I don't know. I don't know who your fifth starter is going to be. It's going to be Arrieta. Is it going to be our ace? Lester 2, probably Lackey 3, Lackey Hamels 3-4. I'm not sure who your 5 is. I also don't think we have to worry about that because at the trade deadline, you'll see them picking up. I actually think they're going to end up with Chris Sales at the trade deadline. So
Oh no,
I think
no.
so.
I don't think the Sox will ever get rid of him. Even after everything Chris Sale said during that whole LaRoche problem, and they still haven't given up or even came close to. I don't think they're going to give him up. I don't think. What are they going? What's Cubs going to give up for him?
Well, they have the best farm system in baseball, man. I mean, what do you we could give up prospects upon prospects and Javi Baez. I mean, your choice. I really think. I think you're going to see them they'll make a move for a starting pitcher, for an ace pitcher, for a number 2 pitcher. I could actually see them making a move for Chris Sales at the deadline. I think the Sox are going to have, but Kenny Williams will be gone by the end of the year. And so will, who's your skipper?
Ventura.
Yeah, I think Ventura's going to be gone before the end of the year too.
I would love Canerico to come as be the manager. I think
I agree.
that would
Put Paulie in there
would
in a
promote the
heartbeat.
team better. Yeah,
In a heartbeat.
I guess I could kind of see what you're saying about like them shopping Sale, but I can only see them doing it if the Sox aren't like playoff bound. Like if they're like completely garbage, if they're washed up like the last 2 seasons, then yeah, they'll probably end up trading like Frazier and Lowry away again, or
They'll have
Lowry.
I think I could see them. I could see them firing their general manager, putting a temp general manager in, firing Ventura. Whoever your bench coach is will become the interim head coach, the interim manager. And then I could see them. I mean, Sales they could rebuild. You trade Sales, you can rebuild your system, and that's why I could see. I mean, he's an actual piece of a puzzle that a team would trade for, which is why it'd be a pipe dream for the Cubs to get him, but I think someone will get Sales for the end of the year. As your team implodes around LaRoche, the whole LaRoche, that's going to follow you guys all year.
What do you feel about that?
I don't want a 15-year-old kid in the clubhouse.
I thought that was the most childish thing I've ever fucking heard. It's like dude gave him that because he couldn't have his kid with him.
Well, now with that, the stories, it may have came out differently, but the last I heard was he was told by Kenny Williams that he could have his kid, and then was told, "Hey, you can't have your kid anymore." So, like, if that's true, if I was told when I signed that my kid being around every day and being a part of the team would not be an issue, you can't back out on that, because I'd have gone somewhere else where it wouldn't have been an issue. So on that part of it, I could see where LaRoche has a legit beef, but to just retire and leave 13 mil on the table, I wouldn't have retired. I would have just walked away from my contract. I'd have become a free agent. I'd have gave all the money that they paid me back. I'd have done something if I really wanted to hurt the team, or I would have told my son, "Hey, look, you can't be here anymore." But I also don't know why he thought a Major League Baseball locker room is a place for a 15-year-old kid either. whether he was
Yeah.
the heart and soul of the team, like Sales said he was, or not, or way mature beyond his years. There's no place for him there. You wouldn't bring him to a bachelor party. So,
Yeah, I mean, like I don't see any reason for his child to be there. I mean, like I get like if he's there during spring training, like out there by the field and stuff like that. I mean, it's one thing,
yep.
but I mean the clubhouse is a place where like people want to go, they want to relax, they want to settle down and get away from everything else. And then, I mean, and I guess when you listen to LaRoche, you listen. I mean, everyone has their own sides of the story and everything. And when LaRoche says like, "Hey, my kid didn't bother anyone. If they did, they would tell me," shit like that. But still, by the end of the day, it's like everyone who talks about it is like, where in the world can you bring your child to work every day?
Right. Exactly.
But I don't. I don't think they're getting rid of Sale, and I don't think that they'll rebuild from prospects for Sale. I think if the Cubs were to get Sale, they would have to trade probably. I'm gonna say probably Rizzo. I would say
Well,
Rizzo.
they'd never trade Rizzo for anybody. He'll retire a Cub.
You think so?
Yeah, especially when they win 3 of the 4 next World Series.
Oh, well. just not this one, but the next 3.
Yeah, well, 3 of the 4. You could pick the one they lose.
I gotcha.
Hey, if they go on to win the next 3, then you should be a millionaire.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet on it though. That's the problem. I couldn't. If I did, they'd lose.
Probably. So, of course, they might lose anyway. So,
That's true.
108 years in running.
Yeah, I don't know why I think that they'd win.
So, I don't know. They're not the losingest team in baseball, I assume.
No, actually, I was looking at like random facts and stuff like that, and even with like the bad seasons the Cubs have, franchise related, they have like one of the top 5 best like win-loss records like in their history. Even though they've been so bad like the previous years, they still have a better win-loss record than like the other like 25 other teams.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I mean it's hope.
Not a lot of it, but it's there.
Groovy.
So I wanted to was there anything else about the winter season, the off season, like signings, trades, stuff that kind of surprised you? It was, you think everything kind of fell where it was gonna fall?
I think it. Well, I didn't think that the Cubs would get Hayward. That was a huge shock to me. I was shocked at how lackluster the Pirates and Cardinals offseason were. That was shocking to me. I'm shocked that David Murphy was released by the Mets. That shocked me. That just happened. Is it David Murphy? Did I say that's
Daniel Murphy?
His name, isn't it? Daniel Murphy.
Daniel Murphy.
Wrong biblical character.
That was weird to me. But no, I think it kind of shook out how it was supposed to. I mean, when Hayward signed for the Cubs, I couldn't believe it. That's about the only thing that was really shocking in the winter meetings. Other than that, I think it actually shaked out how it was supposed to shake out, or how it was predicted to shake out. Other than the fact that the Cardinals and the fucking Pirates did shit. They just sat there and watched the Cubs get better.
I don't know. I was surprised that was it John Mattingly is now the Marlins coach. I didn't think he'd leave LA. It's That's the thing that shocked me probably the most out of everything is just the manager aspect of it. Um, the Fowler thing kind of surprised me too. Like I'm surprised that the Fowler didn't go like with the Orioles and all that money.
Yeah, he didn't taste the money, did he? And what's weird is he was, when he was made like a qualifying offer of like 15 mil by the Cubs right out of the gate, and
Hmm.
he turned it down and then came back for like 7.
Yeah,
I mean, he left $8 million on the table,
yeah.
which
What
is
is it?
absurd.
What does that do for Soler now? Is Soler on the bench?
He'll platoon. He'll probably platoon with um I don't know who you platoon him with because he's not
Yeah.
better. He's a better defensive left fielder than Schwarber, but you're not going to sacrifice Schwarber's bat.
No, I mean even as a left-hander, Schwarber is great against left-handed pitching.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I still don't see why they just don't transition Schwarber back to catcher. I mean, regardless of the fact they want to preserve him as much as possible, I think he needs to go back to being a catcher and having Montero be his backup.
I believe he is going to become he is going to be the everyday catcher for Hamels. So he's going to get every 5th start behind the dish. But they have a guy in. They have a guy who's he was at Double A Tennessee last year. His name is Wilson Contreras. He's the number 1 catching prospect in all of baseball.
Really?
Right. That's going to be a thing where I bet they'll either develop him the rest of the year or he'll be a mid-season call-up. If I'd hate to see it happen, but let's say Montero gets injured. I could see them just bringing Contreras up. He's he's a great defensive catcher, and he bets like 328. So
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be a bad prospect to get Sale.
well, yeah. See, there you go. Take the number 1 catcher in baseball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean the Sox suck with catchers, man. They kept Brzezinski doing fell apart. They got Flowers who sucked for the last 2 years, and now they got fucking catcher who's fallen apart from Detroit and a catcher who hasn't done much in Toronto.
Yeah, Pierzynski's a guy that I wouldn't piss on if he was on fire.
Yeah. He's still out there. I think he's with Atlanta still.
Is he with Atlanta? Is he?
I think him, Flowers, and Gordon Beckham are all in Atlanta now.
What's Atlanta's team?
The Beavers.
Beavers?
Mm-hmm. It's.
I'm not going to swing at that one.
It's the Braves. It's the Braves.
Oh yeah. The Braves.
The Beavers.
One of the 3 teams for whom I've seen a ball game.
Oh shit.
Atlanta Braves.
Well, it's awesome having Ryan on, and I want to see how my knowledge of baseball compares to yours, Ryan, by comparing our brackets.
Oh Jesus! All right.
Yeah.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Joey, Con, you guys gonna put together brackets, or is it just gonna be me and Ryan here?
I don't even know how to start doing that.
Yeah, either do I.
I've been sitting here trying to figure it out and look at the stats, and I didn't bring my goat home from the supermarket today to do my blood magic for bracket picking. So by all means, I'll sit here quietly and learn something.
Perfect.
I got a list of who I think is going to win each division and who the wild cards are going to be, and then who I think is going to be in the series, because it's hard to pick actually how the because it all has to do with winning divisions and stuff. So
Oh no, man! I went full board. I got wild cards. I
all right,
got winners of. I'm ready to go here,
all right,
man.
let's do it.
All right,
Where do
cool.
you want to start?
Let's start on the American League side with the American League East.
Blue Jays are your American League East champions.
See, I went Boston.
Ooh,
I think last year was just a really bad fluke with them. I think this year's Ortiz's last year, and I think he's gonna do what he needs to make everything better. Especially, and then now that they got these prospects that are supposed to be fully going, they got the new outfielder. I can't remember his name, but he's supposed to be really good too. I think he's from Cuba. Hanley Ramirez moved over to first base. That noise. I don't know. I think I'm going Boston on it, man.
yeah, I got the Blue Jays winning that one. I think they're gonna just compound on what they did last year.
They probably do have like the best like home run hitting lineup in baseball if they all stay healthy. What about American League Central?
The Central,
Mm-hmm.
um, gosh, well, you know what? I was gonna say the Indians, but I don't think you can sleep on the Royals. So the Royals are your American League Central champions.
I didn't even put the Royals on my bracket.
Really?
Not even as a wild card. I gotta go with the White Sox. I I think it's just a hometown thing. I just had to go with them.
Well, I can't fault you there.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think between and the one thing that I don't like about the Sox is they have four left-handed pitchers. Um, and that's at the fault of John Danks because John Danks is probably the worst mistake they've had in like the last 4 years.
Not a fan of the old southpaw gamble.
Not four of them. And the fact that their fifth and only right-hander is Matt Latos, I think the pitching staff is probably going to screw them. Like the last two between Danks and Latos will probably screw them. But I mean, Rodon, Quintana, and Sale are probably their best bet of winning. But with Frazier and Lowry, I don't know why I keep saying Lowry like the fucking seasoning. Um, but Brett Lowry, Todd Frazier, Abreu, Eviseo Garcia is doing a lot better now. And as long as Mikey Cabrera stays consistent, and now they got uh, oh god, what's the outfielder Jackson and Eaton. I think they got a good shot at it.
Yeah, the Royals are really good.
I mean, and I get what you're saying. I mean, like the Royals. I mean, they're pretty much the same team they were last year, and I think last year was just a fluke. I think they got lucky.
Well, we'll agree to disagree there. I don't think that team played like they were a team that was riding on luck.
What about the West?
Your Astros. No
Oh, see,
brainer.
I went there too.
Yeah, Astros are really good. Surprisingly good. They have really good pitching. So I went Astros.
All right, yeah, I went there too. What do you feel? How do you feel about their ballpark with that bump in the outfield?
Their ballpark sucks. Minute Maid Park sucks. Towers Hill out in the center field.
Mm-hmm. It's the goofiest thing, and I think there's like a little line, like halfway up that flagpole. Like if you hit the flagpole above the line, it's a home run, but below it, it's like in play.
Now, when the Cubs traded for Jim Edmonds
Mm-hmm.
back in the Pinella years, I hated Jim Edmonds for obvious reasons. I mean, he was a Cub killer and he was a Cardinal. His one of his first games was against the Astros, and he caught a ball over his shoulder running up Towers Hill, and I fell in love with Jim Edmonds. So Towers Hill does have a special little place in my heart, but other than that, I think that ballpark's stupid. I don't like how it's configured. I think it's dumb. It's not an advantage. I mean, your home ballpark is supposed to give you some sort of advantage, and
Yeah.
that hill doesn't give a starting center fielder an advantage at all. So
Well, it's like in Coors Field. I heard when I was watching I think it was Colorado taking on the White Sox the other night. They're talking about how in Coors Field, like they designed Coors Field to be a hitter's ballpark because they assumed if they hit more home runs, then they could win more games. And then they realized they really don't have the pitching to prevent other people from doing the same exact thing. So I think they're actually raising the fence in the right center field wall.
it's the same thing the Yankees did. They built that stadium to channel the wind over that short right porch.
That is a joke.
And what you fail to realize is that just like you said with the Rockies, you have to have pitching good enough to keep the other team's left-handers from hitting the ball over the short right porch.
That was one thing in the offseason that bothered me too, is that the Yankees didn't try to pick up Chris Davis.
Yeah, I don't know what the Yankees are doing. I don't know what.
I think they're waiting for all these old guys to go away, like Brian McCann, Beltran, Teixeira,
A-Rod.
their center fielder, A-Rod. Yeah, A-Rod said he announced his retirement for the end of the 2017 season.
Right, he's gonna play 2 more years.
Yeah, he's like, when my contract's up, I'll retire. It's like, I bet like every nut in the fucking Yankee corporate office just dropped.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Do you know what the best baseball field there is?
Wrigley?
No.
Mariners?
Nope.
Camden Yards.
Nope. It's Polo Grounds.
Fucking Polo Grounds.
The fucking Polo Grounds. All right. Okay.
I love you, John.
Best field to play on.
Best field. Anyways, Ryan.
Red Sox Rangers are my wild card teams.
Okay, so we switched. I went Toronto and Rangers.
Okay, so we just have Toronto and the Red Sox in different places.
Yeah, so I mean, the only difference we have in ours is what I picked the Sox. I think you picked Royals.
Yep.
All right. Well, if you had to choose in the wild card, who would win in the wild card?
Red Sox Rangers, Red Sox. You know why? Because Prince Fielder plays for the Rangers. And
They're good enough to be a wild card, but not good enough to win the wild card.
and fuck that guy.
Oh shit. Yeah, see what I did? Yeah, because I have Toronto beating out Rangers, and I'm taking Houston as the number 1 seed, and I take them playing Toronto and winning.
Yeah, Astros would be the number 1 seed. I got the. I would say the Red Sox win the wild card, have to then play the Astros. Astros are in your championship game against probably the Blue Jays. No, I'd say they're going to come out against the Rangers. It's going to be Astros Royals again to go to the series.
To be Astros Royals again.
Yep.
I got Houston versus Chicago. I got the Sox beating Boston to move on.
Well, good for you. You got to.
I know, right?
The
Represent, as it were.
Yeah, the world on the South Side should be all honey and sugar combs.
I got enough confidence in them that I think this year could be it. I mean, like I'm not saying they're winning, but I'm saying that they are going to go as far as they can. And right now, they have made it to the American League Championships.
Well, bless your heart, my sweet summer child.
Who's winning the American League Championships?
Astros. Astros going to the World Series.
I got the Sox going to the World Series.
Oh, fuck you. I mean, Come on. That's such a homer thing.
No, man, it's just like you gotta look at what they're doing, and as long as Danks and Latos can produce, they have a chance of actually going forward.
No, they don't. They are gonna implode by June. They will be dead last, 15 games out by June.
I'm gonna say they're gonna be over 500 by the All-Star break.
No.
I'll bet.
If I'm right, I'll buy you I'll buy you 2 Doreen's frozen pizzas of flavor of your choosing.
How about this? How about at the All-Star break? If the Sox are not over 500, I'll do 3 straight shots of Malort.
Ooh.
Deal.
But if they're over, I want you to do the 3 shots straight.
Deal.
Perfect.
So Subway's losing here.
We're all losing. Oh shit! All right, let's. You want to move over to the National League now?
Oh yeah.
Perfect. National League East.
Nationals. With your National League MVP Bryce Harper.
Mm,
Nah, I made that up. He's not gonna be the MVP. They will
That
win
one-
the East though.
you think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I win Nationals too. Do you think that Bryce Harper is a better player than Trout?
Then Chris Bryant?
No, Mike Trout.
Who? You cut out a
Mike-
little bit there.
Mike Trout from the Los Angeles Angels.
No,
You
he's not
believe
a
that?
he's not a better player than Mike Trout. No.
You know, it's crazy. Like I did my fantasy baseball league on Yahoo, and I got to pick third, and Harper went first, and I picked Trout in the third spot.
Yeah, that's
I was kind of baffled by that because it was the first guy picked Harper, second guy picked Kershaw, and I ended up with Trout.
well, you could have done a lot worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I was happy with it. I'm saying like, because in my mind, I'm like, either I'm getting Trout or I'm getting Harper, because somebody before me is going to play Kershaw, which I mean, I get it. Kershaw is a phenomenal pitcher and probably will be for years to come. But I was just surprised that Harper got picked 1. It just baffled me. And I think he's projected to hit like 40 something home runs this year. I think he said like 47.
Wow.
Uh,
It's 47 more than I've ever hit, I think.
You think?
No, I can't account for that 1 year.
You were in a fugue state.
I was.
what about National League Central?
Cubs.
Yeah, I went with Cubs too. How about West?
National League West, Giants.
Oh, I went with Giants too. Look at that.
And
Wild card.
my wild cards are the Cardinals and the Dodgers. Actually,
So
I'm changing that up. Cardinals, Diamondbacks.
I was gonna say because our entire bracket was exactly the same because I put the Dodgers and Cardinals in the wild card. You would put the Diamondbacks in there like a sleeper because they're not gonna do anything this year.
They had a hell of an offseason too, though. They got Greinke. Who else did they get? They got another big pitcher too.
Oh, Shelby Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think between those two and Goldschmidt and their center fielder, whose name escapes me right now, they have a really good center fielder. But between that, I don't think they have anything else. I think they're still rebuilding. I think they're probably gonna be right there, just above Colorado.
Yeah, I'm saying they make it into the wild card, and then they promptly lose to the Cardinals.
Okay. Yeah, I got the Dodgers taking on the Cardinals, and I got the Cardinals advancing to take on the Cubs. I'm putting the Cubs in the number 1 seed.
Yeah, me too. I think they're the number 1 seed in all of baseball this year. I think they have to. I think the Cardinals beat the Diamondbacks. I think the Cubs beat the Cardinals, and the Nationals beat the Giants. I think it's Nationals Cubs to go to the series, and I think the Cubs make their first series in a very long time.
Yeah, see, I got San Francisco beating Nationals and San Francisco taking on the Cubs, which the Cubs go to the World Series, and we have an entire Chicago World Series.
Oh, you got Cubs Sox World Series.
I got Cubs Sox World Series.
I've got Cubs Astros World Series, and I've got Astros winning in 6.
You have Astros winning in 6?
Yep.
I put the Cubs winning in 5.
I can't bring myself to believe that they could actually win it until I hear Len Casper or whoever does until I hear Pat Hughes call it on the radio. I won't believe it has happened. Even watch it with my own fucking eyes. Until I hear Pat Hughes say, "And the Cubs have won the World Series. The Cubs are your world champions." It won't be real to me. So I can't in full consciousness just pencil them in as champions. So I've got the Astros beating them in 6.
I don't know. I'm taking the Cubs in 5 over the Sox just because I think Sale's game would actually be like a victory, but I think the rest of it goes to them. I think if the Cubs took on Houston, I think the Cubs could beat them.
What really needs to happen is I need my National League All-Star team to fucking buck up and win the National League All-Star game, because if there's a game 7 or a game 4 or a game if there's a deciding game that could be played in Wrigley Field, if you want to talk about breaking a drought, Cubs winning the series like in Houston is cool. They won the World Series. Now make it like a game 4. They could sweep the series against the Astros, and it's in Wrigley.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't. There's not enough for me to think. I can't even think of that.
Could you imagine them sweeping Houston in Houston just like the White Sox did back in 05?
It'd be awesome. It really wouldn't matter where they could win it wherever. I just can't. I'm not gonna. One of two things is gonna happen right now. I either just avoided jinxing the Cubs by picking the Astros in 6, or the Astros are actually going to beat the Cubs in 6. And then I'm going to feel like a shitheel for jinxing them. So I've jinxed them either way. I just hope it's the other way.
I got you. I don't think it's I don't think that you're really jinxing it. I mean, who knows? I mean, it's not like you brought a goat to the ballpark.
Right.
Right.
Or caught
Or
a
a
foul
mock
ball
turtle.
that Moises Alou had no way of even catching to begin with.
Sure, he did.
No, he did.
But you can't blame Bartman for that series. So
No.
and that was
And that's
still,
the thing.
That was,
See, that's the thing. Like, everyone else reached for that ball. Bartman was just the one that caught it. And I doubt that he caused the errors and all that shit towards the end. I mean, it's...
you can't blame him.
But at the same time, I love baseball, and I get why people are so bitter about it. So, all right. So you ended up saying Houston in 6, and I'm saying Cubs in 5. But I'm saying the World Series doesn't leave Chicago. I say it stays here.
And I'm saying that Chris Sales is traded after you drink your 3rd shot of Malort.
What if they're right at 5? No, I guess they can't be right at 500, can they? There's an odd number of games. Anyways, no, it'll be fine. I'm gonna keep Chris Sale. I'm gonna hope the Cubs win, and I'm gonna watch you drink the Malort. And while you're doing it, I'm gonna look at you in like a weird, creepy, like high school girl way. It's gonna be awesome. Like hands under chin with a slight smile on my head turned slightly. As you do it. It's gonna be epic.
Did you say a Sears picture? Sorry.
I did say a Sears picture. I'm going to say a senior picture.
Oh, gotcha.
Fuck Sears. Awesome. Yeah, Ryan, keep your bracket, man, because I actually want to post your bracket up on our website.
Okay.
Along with mine, and actually, what I want to try doing, I thought about doing this today, and I'm gonna go with it. Anyone else, any listeners out there that want to create like a bracket for the season, kind of like how we did, make the playoff bracket and everything, submit it to us. I'm gonna say by the probably the end of next week. I'll get a couple games there. Submit it to me by the end of next week, and then what I'm gonna do, like towards the end of the season, whoever's bracket is exact, I'm going to send them a fan package of this freaking show, and it will be epic. I'm not going to say what's in the fan package, but what I want to put in it, it'll be great.
Excellent.
I know,
the best thing about it is the statistical odds of picking a perfect bracket. I think that's where you came out on top there.
I know, right? But I mean, who knows? I mean, there's a possibility. I mean, I mean, there's way. All you gotta do is pick, the exact winner of all three divisions, the exact 2 wild cards. Who exactly is going. I mean, it's totally doable.
And Warren Buffett might pay off my student loans. I hear you.
Fan package. I'm saying a fan package. Whoever sends me a perfect bracket, that'll be awesome. I'm not gonna tell you what the value is of it, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm fucking broke. But yeah, go on our website. Go to the contact us section and type your bracket in. I love the fact that I got to talk about baseball. I was so excited. I lived for this moment. The moment I created, or not I, but we created this podcast. It's like I definitely want a baseball episode, and I'm glad I finally got it. It's like where do I go from here?
I don't know.
Only up.
I know, right? Only up. All right, because we got past that 9th episode by like 20 of them.
Nice.
So I know, right? Shit keeps going uphill. I'm excited. Ryan, I appreciate you coming on the show, man, and talking with me, and Joey and Colin.
I appreciate the opportunity, gents.
Perfect. Now I know normally I let Joey do this part, but because you're our guest, I'm gonna let you do this. So see if I get this ready. Hey Ryan.
Hey.
Every week people can catch Geekcast Joe here on this freaking show, but if they want to listen to more of Geekcast Joe or they want to hear more from you, where can they find you?
Oh, you can go to our website at gcl.ninja. You can also find us on iTunes at Geekcast Live Podcast, and we are also now on SoundCloud on Geekcast Live. So follow us there, and then on the Geekcast Live Twitter handle, which you guessed it, is found by going at Geekcast Live. You will have access to all of our to our entire tweet machine. So that's where you can find us.
I like how, like, when you do it, you sound like a person talking to people, to where Joey sounds like an automatic, like an auto recording.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like every time I go to him for it, all of a sudden there's this pause, and then it goes into like an
there's
exact
like a click.
Well, give me an example.
Suddenly, Ira Glass is just sitting here in the studio. No, I'm just kidding. That was really arrogant of me to compare me to Ira Glass.
What were you about to say, Ryan?
Can you give me a teaser of that, Joe? What would that sound like?
Oh, you ready, Joe? I want to do the whole thing.
I am ready.
All right, cool. Hey, Joe.
Hey.
Every week, our fans can find Geekcast Show here at this freaking show. But if they want to get more of Geekcast Show, where can they go?
On Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, you can find me over at the Geekcast Live podcast, which you can find by going to gcl.ninja. Or you can go to iTunes and search Geekcast Live.
Yeah. Yep, that is like it's pre-recorded.
This guy hits mute, presses a button, and waits. And then just pops back
That's funny.
Shit. But yeah, check out
It's
Geekcast Live.
countless hours of practicing my NPR voice for those 30 seconds.
Right.
I could imagine like to the right of you is like a mirror that you turn to it and say it as you watch yourself say it. Oh shit. But yeah. I was telling Joey, like I had to go pick up samples and shit for work last week, and I listened to that. What was the episode where you guys?
Oh, he
picked
finally
the,
listened to the Music Rushmore episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was weird to me because like when I was listening to it, like I was gone for like a good 2.5 hours, and I was still in the same show. That thing went on forever, and I loved it.
It didn't stop.
It
And
did
see,
not
now
stop.
that's,
But
I mean, that's the norm over on MPW. When we're Movie Podcast Weekly, we run probably 2.5 hours, sometimes 3 hours, depending on how many movies we reviewed that week.
no. Well, and that's crazy because I catch your movie podcast weekly, and I catch Geekcast Live, and like even though they're like really long, but I mean like you get sucked into them where like even though like 2 hours and from now you're still listening to the same episode, it doesn't feel like that time frame has occurred. Like I knew I was driving for 2 hours, but listening to the podcast, it didn't feel like that. I mean, it's just pure entertainment throughout the whole thing. So
Yeah, and what's
I love you guys, and I love your show.
What's goofy about that show is that we start recording MPW at 11 o'clock p.m.
Oh shit!
So in those good 3 hour long shows, that's 2 o'clock in the morning.
I love how your show went on for so long. The guests had to leave.
Yeah, he had to leave. Old Tyler, he had to scoot.
Right.
Bless his
Well,
heart.
he planned a business meeting or something.
I got you. But yeah, check out Geekcast Live. Like they both said. I can't do it as perfect as either one of them. But make sure you go to our website, thisfreakinshow.com. From there, you can find our podcast every Thursday. Just by who the fuck is tapping?
Oh, sorry, that's me.
That was really loud.
Forgot to mute my mic, and also for some reason it doesn't feed back into my ears anymore, so I can't hear me, which is why I may sound like I'm shouting into the mic.
God, that's funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, please go to our website, thisfreakinshow.com. From there, you can find a link to our Podbean website where all our podcasts are located. You go to the Contact Us section, you'll find links to our Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, which you can easily find on your own just by searching This Freaking Show at either one of those social media sites. If you feel like contacting us, go again to the Contact section. Type in your information, any questions, comments, you got some concerns for us. You feel Colin is stroking his nipple a little too much on the air, let us know. We'll do our best to stop him from doing that. Go over to iTunes, give us a listen. While you're over there, give us a rating, give us a review, give us 5 stars. Who knows? Maybe Colin will kiss your neck gently.
Yes, I will.
I promise. You know he will.
Loudly sniff you as he hugs your arm.
As always, I am Travesty.
I'm Awkward Colin.
And I'm Geekcast Joe.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of This Freaking Show. I'm out.